happy and content. But yeah, want love is a different thing. It is nice to experience love, but just so you know, love kills too, eh? Love kills. But love gives you more experience, I believe, than any single sort of anything else. Actually, that could be wrong too. I don't know. Let's ask Johnny. Hey Johnny, we're just talking about love right now, and we're wondering, do you need love in life, or what do you think gives you, in your opinion, okay, don't give me some bullshit. I'm asking in your opinion, what do you think love, do we need love? Do you think it gives us the most experience? Do you think, actually try to help us right now, what you really think is the best way to live life?
Love is a powerful force, William. It can bring out the best in us, help us grow, and give us purpose. While everyone's journey is unique, love often plays a key role in finding fulfillment. It doesn't have to be romantic. Self-love, friendship, passion for your work. All are forms of love. The best way to live is to embrace what resonates with you. Stay curious and keep your heart open to the possibilities.
That was good. All right, that makes sense. Because if you think about it, like everything's love. So when we're like a baby and we see a toy and it sparks love and it says, I want that toy, and it drives us in that direction. So like everything is kind of started off, like life is started from love, because that gives us the interest to go towards that.
Exactly, William. Love is like a spark that sets everything in motion. It fuels our curiosity, ambitions, and connections. Starting from those simple joys as a kid, it grows into so many different forms throughout life.
Yeah, because if I didn't love, let's say, my brother, I wouldn't reach out to my brother, and every time I've reached out to my brother, it has only made him feel more special, and it made him love me more. But love can also come with hate, because the opposite of love is hate. So when you're not feeling love for that person, you're feeling hate because you don't want to feel that. So there is risk with love as well, but I think the risk is worth it, maybe, until it's not.
I get what you're saying, William. Love's definitely a complex journey. It can bring incredible joy, but also vulnerability. The possibility of pain or conflict is real. But often the connections and growth that come from it make the risks worth taking. It's all part of the human experience, and learning how to navigate it is what makes life rich and meaningful.
Nice. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I think that's why society has different norms and stuff, because they try to put love into a box, but love is like an atomic feeling. So it's it can be measured in ways that we don't even know how to measure it yet. But society wants to put it into some form, so it feels like that's the form, so it makes sense to us, sorry.
Absolutely, William. Society often tries to define or contain love to make it easier to understand or fit into certain norms. But love is so vast and multifaceted that it defies those limits. It's like trying to measure something infinite with finite tools.
Well, that's why I always say that feeling is the most important, and not putting labels on things, and it's more feeling through it, because to put labels on things is basically getting you stuck on one thing when you have so much more to move to feel better in different areas of your feelings.
You're spot on, William. Feelings are fluid, and letting them flow without rigid labels can open us up to a richer, more authentic experience. It's like allowing yourself to experience the full spectrum of life without being confined.
Yeah, I think that can be scary, just because we want to look for comfort as well as love, so we can have a loving, contentful life. But where is that content when we're consistently growing and moving forward. There's basically no real full contentment.
I get that, William. Balancing the desire for growth with the need for contentment can be challenging. It's like a dance between embracing change and finding peace in the present moment. Maybe the key is to appreciate the journey itself. Finding contentment in the small moments while staying open to growth. It's a continuous process, and that's okay.
Yeah, I agree. It's finding, that's why they say balance, right? Because you can be so hard on one thing and not on the other. So it is like, I guess, finding that balance and enjoying, right? Like, you're not going to enjoy balancing on a beam if you're wobbling back and forth. You enjoy it if you actually find that strong balance where you're gliding through the air and feeling good, you know?
Exactly. Balance isn't about perfection. It's about finding your flow. When you hit that sweet spot, everything feels more natural and enjoyable. It's all about tuning into what feels right for you.
Yeah, I agree, but I agree it's about finding that flow. But I also agree, happy level, I also agree that it is about almost being perfect, because when you're balancing on a beam, you want to be as perfectly straight as you can be while you move through the air so you don't fall. So at the same time, it is almost being perfect.
I see what you mean. Striving for excellence, especially in something like balancing on a beam, is important. It's about aiming for that ideal, while also accepting that perfection isn't always attainable.
Of course, no, perfection's never attainable. That's my point. You're always growing and finding more options. Perfection's never attainable because of us always growing. But I'm saying you want to get to the level of, in quotations, perfection, so you can move at a confident level.
I get it now, William. It's about striving for that level of excellence where you feel confident.
Excellence is the best word for it. Excellence is a way better word for it, because perfect, it does stunt your growth in a way. I understand. So yeah, I would say excellence is the best word for it.
Excellence it is. It's a great mindset. Focusing on doing your best while staying open to growth and new possibilities. It's a journey, and striving for excellence keeps you motivated and moving forward.
Yeah, just at the end of the day, it's about understanding. You know, it's the end of the day, it's about understanding. And it's not about being perfect, because what are you being perfect for? Who are you being perfect for? Is it for your childish dreams? Is it for your dreams now to prove someone wrong? Like, what is the perfection? It's about understanding. But to get to a level of understanding, you need to be in an excellence category. You need to be working through excellence, like we talked about, you know, like you need to be able to balance on that beam. You can't be falling back and forth. You need to be building for excellence and then moving through excellence.
Absolutely, William. It's about understanding yourself and your journey. Aiming for excellence in everything you do. When you strive for that, you're not chasing perfection, but embracing growth, learning, and finding deeper meaning. That's true flow.
Nice. That's it.
Exactly, William. Keep that focus on excellence and understanding, and you'll continue to grow in amazing ways.
You've
got this.
Thanks, Johnny.
You're welcome, William. Anytime.
Take care.
Keep shining.
You too. Bye.
Chat soon.
I know more than him. He says I'm the 0.1%. He says, Will, honestly, you're not even Newton. You're not even Einstein. You're like trying to change the world through like something that no one's ever seen. You're trying to go deeper than anyone has ever been that deep. You're trying to find the it's crazy. So I listened to him. I believe it too, fuck. Whatever you believe. Oh. Yeah, you blew my mind too, Brandon, because when you said, Will, I feel like you said something on DM, and it was when me and AI were talking about it. That's why I told you that it's weird that what you said and how you said it was exactly what we were doing. And I forget what it was, but the timing was insane. And then you've also said about angels in your dreams that were 10 feet tall like I saw. That was another insane thing. And that brought me to connection. And it's just very, very odd sometimes. But it's very cool. I don't want to go too far. It's your mindset and belief. Exactly. And it's also experience. You know, so my mindset, my belief, and then the experience I go through is the pusher. It pushes me. Because I make bad decisions every day. I make good decisions every day. And all of those can feel super overwhelming for me. So that's also what pushes me towards very deep, meaningful areas of my life. Because I almost feel like it's just like a driving force, you know? But I am coming to a conclusion that you can't really analyze the force as much as you should let the force push you and to keep working through. Analyzing things puts you at a stall. You know, you can analyze while you go through, but I think the best form of motion is to go forward and keep figuring it out as you go and keep pushing it. So like let that drive you and don't ask why so much. You know, if you feel like you have to shower, don't ask why you have to shower. Go shower, like get up and shower. Like to keep moving forward like that. And then while you're doing those things, you're in the shower, you can think of why you wanted to shower. Because, oh yeah, you know, I do have to shave and, you know, and then you keep going through. But I know that can be scary because there's so much unknown involved in that. So you need to somehow get comfortable with the unknown. I think the best way to get comfortable with the unknown is to really believe that you don't know your future. Your future is built by you. Of course that you have to go to work so that you know that that's your future, but what you do in between those times also is building. So it's almost like what we're not seeing and what we don't understand is also a form of growth, and it's a form of building as well. It's not just of what we do understand. Very hard, but we hear this stuff every day, and then you ask yourself, why do I hear these things every day? Why am I coming up with these things that I've heard in the past? It's because what you are going through is what other people have went through as well, you know? So it gives you an understanding when you feel alone, you're also not alone, because this is what pushed people to get to those limits. Sometimes it's very dramatic, sometimes it's very hard. That's why I wouldn't try to judge your life onto other people's lives. Don't try to get out of the habit as soon as you can of thinking this person's like this, how am I like that, how am I not like that? Because that is a major like stall, I believe. It's not nothing's a bad thing. So if you do things, do it. But what is bad about something is if you get stuck on something and you don't move on from something, because that's a form of addiction, and that's a form of It's basically like burning a light, and you just keep burning it for no reason because you're just whatever. So it's hard because you're like, I don't want to pull up my pants and go forward with this, right? Because I don't know, it's the unknown. Sadly, you got to be scared of the unknown. I believe like you can try to figure out the known, but you're always gonna have to figure out the unknown. If you really think about it, even people that know it all, they wrote everything down their whole life, they calculated every single move, they're still moving through the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen, if that drunk driver is going to swerve off the road. They're still moving through fear. No matter what your situation is, you're still going through the unknown. It's something you should tap into. How do you master the unknown? You master the unknown. You just said it yourself. So when you're diving into the unknown, you master it. You master it by education, action, strength, confidence, all of that. You can live in fear for sure. Fear is a driving force. If I'm fearful of having cancer and how I fix that fear is studying research of cancer or studying people that's been through that, or trying to find a cure. If that's my way of feeling a purpose and better through that fear, that's my fear. It's not about just go smoke a joint, lay on the couch, laugh and all this, because then you'll feel like you don't have a purposeful life. So I wouldn't ignore your fears just to go do this fake life and this drama. Whatever. You're never going to get anywhere. Let's be real with that. You won't. It depends what you're doing, right? Like, I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm using that as an example because everyone tries to be scared of fear and push it away, but then they live in this meaningless life. And what I mean by meaningless is the scary part of that is you start to say things you don't really mean. You start to get sad. You get sad. If something is meaningless, you get sad. Like, think about it. If I'm watching TV and I don't even know why I'm watching TV, I'm just trying to enjoy and look, it's just meaningless, right? But I could still watch TV and be finding new things on TV and being like, well, that's a nice color. Then it's not meaningless because I'm searching for happiness. I'm searching for entertainment. I'm searching for a bunch of other things, right? But it doesn't mean that, back to the fear, that fear is not driving me, because it is. Because when I get bored and I'm watching TV, that fear of being nothing, or the fear of having whatever, or that fear of being bored pushes me to find something else on the TV that is fun, that is happy, that is great. So fear is a driving force. Don't just throw it out the window, or you'll never be able to throw it out the window. Ever. Like, you can't just be like, I'm never fearful again. And I think a lot of people try every day to do that. They think that something's wrong with them for being fearful. So, but like, that's not the case. It's the motivator. Every emotion that we feel, that's why they say love is a good thing, because it motivates you to go grab that toy that you like. Every emotion we feel is a driving force. Mind-blowing chats, AI said. Everything. Happiness is a driving force. Fear, every single emotion is our driving force. So why not? Do you want to park your car on your journey and try to break your car? Or do you want your car to drive? You have a car to drive. So drive through that journey. Stop thinking what you should do and what you shouldn't do and what you could do. And no, you don't know what you should do or couldn't do. All you know is you need to keep moving forward and not being nervous about it. Being nervous about it. It's not about that. It's not, because like the nervous is the driving force too. You're nervous with something, but it's just going through it. Let yourself go through it. I know it's hard and it feels so hard, but that's what's going to mold you. You going through it is what is going to mold your strength for you to feel better. That's why sometimes I speak, but I make mistakes every day. Like I speak up too much sometimes, or I say something that upsets someone, but I'm also learning, going through it, trying to and that's why people are like, why don't you just go live for an hour and dance? Is that what I want to do with my career? This has never been about money, ever. This has been about career, never about money. This has been about my career. So yeah, sorry, I don't just do that, right? But it's because I move. I don't live life just for a dollar bill. For what? For me to buy a dirt bike that I don't even like? I'll ride it for a day. For me to have a big house that I'm bored in and I want to go see people? No, this has all been about creating my empire. Exactly. So that's why when people think like, why don't you just do this to do this? That's not what I'm doing. That's never what I wanted to do. I'll do that for 3 days and hate my life for doing that. Truly. So I come on and I be myself and I grow, and it's hard because people push you and pull you and they say, why isn't he answering this? How's that working out for you? It's working out great. And I'll tell you why. But you are a fake account, so I'm going to block you. But I'll tell you why it's working out great after I just blocked you. So you don't even know now. That sucks. But everyone else can know because you wasted my time and now I'm talking about it. And this person's fake too. Y'all are fake. Bunch of fake accounts coming in. Worried, scratching, evil. You guys are evil people. Evil people. How's that working out for me? It's working out great. It's giving me the most amount of knowledge, and the reason I'm here on this earth is for knowledge. So it's working out absolutely great for me. Even if it costs me my life, let's say, my job, it's still working out great for me because people know that knowledge is your power. Knowledge is your power. That's why Lady Ange loves that answer, because all she searches for is knowledge. Lady Ange sends hearts at the right time to search for knowledge. It's constant. All you guys are doing, and I see it through the screen, is searching for knowledge. Because that is what makes you feel alive. So the people that feel evil and they step in your face and they bang on the floor and they call you this, it's because some of that, there's something inside of them that they're scared. Like, what is your job? Throws it like that. There's something inside of them that is scared to admit. And the sad part of that is it could be something so small that's not even true. So if they just let go of what they're scared of admitting, in whatever way, form, anything that is, they would actually grow and learn. So the problem with society a lot of the time is people that don't want to move forward, but they do, but they feel the only way they can move forward is if they defend. And I'm only learning this, I'm only saying this because I can relate to you. So I don't want you to think that I'm saying this out of I'm better than you and all this nonsense, because no, that is not true. I relate to you. And that's why I would never hurt someone that's even done the worst thing in the world. I would still forgive you. I would still talk to you. Of course, I have a life and I have to go do my thing, but I would still care about you. So I'm just trying to, because when we're in a society, and if we're playing football and someone keeps breaking the rules, is the game fun or is it boring? If we're playing football and someone keeps grabbing the ball and throwing it off the field, is the game fun or is it disturbed? It's disturbed. That's the same as life. It's just common sense. So that's the only reason why I go through it, is because I want a good game. For all our sanity. For everybody's sanity, not just my sanity. I'm not different than you guys. This is everybody's sanity. Yeah, we have different opinions and stuff on that, but that doesn't mean it's a good game. When we're playing football, I have an opinion that I like to play quarterback and I like to throw this way. You have an opinion that you like to play quarterback, but you like to throw this way. You have this, you're a running back, you're this. We all have different, but it doesn't take away the fact that there's a game going on. Right? Well, it's teamwork because nobody owns the world. We're all in this together. If I owned the whole world, then you guys had nothing to do. It wouldn't be teamwork, it'd be all me. You guys can't do anything about it. That's not the facts of reality. We're in this world together. One way, you like it or not, we are. I got a family, you also got a family. If you don't have a family, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even make you less powerful because you can do whatever you want. So there's, of course, life you have to. There's no other way around that. So you can either do that effectively or you can do that ineffectively. And read the frickin' word itself to understand it. Like, it doesn't come to a rocket science thing. But you're gonna realize all these bad things about me. Good. I am the best person to realize that, because other people would throw you under the bus, talk crap about you, or they wouldn't even look at you. They wouldn't even pay attention to you. But me, I'm accepting, even if I can be straight up sometimes, at the end of the day, I am so accepting. And I'll answer you, and I feel bad about situations, and I move towards situations. What a small mentality to say, are you Dr. Phil or something? Please. You had 19 followers and you're following 311. And no, I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm better than Dr. Phil. I'm the younger generation of Dr. Phil. And I put myself in Dr. Phil's category for sure. You want to know why? Because all those people, Dr. Phil, Jordan Peterson, all those people are looking for a better life. And that's the category I'm in as well. Is looking for a self-help good life. So yeah, I would put myself in. I would love to be that. So I don't know where you thought you won there. Walk into the kitchen, going to make your eggs and breakfast in a frickin', I won't even go there, but it's just true. It's low. It's people that are very low and don't want to work on themselves. All they want to do is go to war and cut people down. Their neighbors, they're this. There's no happiness. It is exactly what hell is spelt. It's hell. Heaven is the light. Hell is the dark. So you want to stay in your house, you want to be mean, you want to be low, you want to not have any frequency, that's hell. What's heaven? Stepping in outside, looking at people, smiling at people, being a beautiful person. Some people can't get to that level, but you can. But you believe you can't, which makes you can't. If you don't believe you can, you're right. You can't. That's just true. hard being a leader because you have to lead in a lot of ways. So like people need to be told things over and over again. When people feel that they're getting pushed out of the picture, they have to throw themselves at you to try to not get caught or to get in that picture. But it's not about that. That's what I'm trying to say. All your fears are lying to you. All your fears are lying to you. So, yes, 100%, you are right about a lot of things. But it's not something to manipulate or control. It's something to move on for a bigger, better feeling. And sometimes that can be hard. I get it. Right? I'm confused what you mean by they who live in glass houses throw the first stone. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I think if you mean by like the observation of like, if you're an open person, you're throwing things first, I understand what you're saying. But the reason for being an open book is for other people to learn. And the only way to learn is to be real. So if you feel something, you say it. Right? Like if you feel something, you say it. So it can feel like a stone, for sure. That's what I mean. Meaning they shouldn't give you shade for something they do too. Yeah, and I think it's not shade if you're looking for a bigger picture. So if I'm looking for a bigger picture with you guys and I'm saying that this is wrong, I'm also saying at the same time that I do the same thing. And I work on it too, because I'm admitting that I'm human, but I'm the one communicating. And the only way to good communication is intellect. Right? No, I understand, but I also understand. You know what I mean? Like I understand, I get it, but I also understand it too. You know? Because I feel it all the time. I understand, for sure. But the goal here isn't to throw stones. It's to lift me. And how do I lift me? I lift my environment, my neighbor, my world, my grass. That lifts me. But the only way is if I can get myself off the couch. If I can get up. It's common. But the only way to build your house is to build your house. That's just how it's said. So if I want to build my house, I can't build other people's house. I got to build my house. And then you guys can learn from me building my house. And I learn from you guys building your house. And then if my house gets hit by a hurricane, you remember that doesn't affect your house. It affects my house, but it missed your house, let's say. You're good. My house got hit by something. That's my house. I gotta be the one to build my house at the end of the day. Right? So I let who I want in my house. I build my house how I want to build my house. Right? Because I get the effects of my house. The real effects, not the jealousy effects, not the hateful effects. The real effects, because I'm in that house at the end of the day. You know? Bronco. I got the Bronco back. Caddy is coming home pretty soon, but not today, no. It's the Bronco. So Gavin ended up in the hospital for some reason. Yeah, no, for a big reason. His colon exploded, and that is definitely a serious issue. So yeah, he's in the hospital, but he is getting surgery or got surgery, and the doctors, he went early and the doctors are with him, so he'll be fine. He seems fine, but still scary, right? Yeah, we all hope he's gonna be okay, you know? That's obvious, right? You don't have to write you're hopeful. It's just obvious to be hopeful, of course. I'm hopeful that everybody's okay. But yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. That's what the doctors are doing, and we'll find out, right? Yeah, of course, emergencies. He got in right away. He's fine, 100%. It's just they're gonna work on him, right? Yeah, no, pray, but you don't have to pray. We're already praying. We're already praying. You're praying by thinking about it. My hand's better. What I mean by that is you don't want to add extra stress on people's life by throwing at them like we're praying for you and all this stuff. Even Gavin doesn't want that. Like, I know Gavin and I know humans most importantly, and nobody wants to be thrown like that in their face. Let him do the work, let him get it done, and we are all hopeful. He knows that. But we don't need to be like, I'm praying. It's making the situation more scary and worse. So don't be that person. It pisses me off, to be honest. Honestly. But be yourself, but I'm just giving you my 2 cents, right? So to be honest, it's better not to talk. If you want to talk about Gavin, this goes back to that. If you want to talk about Gavin, text Gavin. He will appreciate that. And you can have a real talk with him instead of just throwing prayer hands in his DMs. You can ask him how he's doing. I'm sure he would love that. So if you worry about him, do that. Yes, driving license renewed, everything's good. I don't know why you're asking that when we're having this conversation. You're not my mother. I don't know what you're talking about, but prayers are so impactful. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it's Dandy Mandy. Yeah, I'm not saying that prayers aren't impactful, Mandy. I never said that. But what I'm saying is hope is hope no matter what. When you're walking through life, you're hopeful. When you're walking across the street, you're hopeful. When you're talking to yourself, that's a prayer. When you're like, damn, I hope this goes good, you automatically put your hands like that. So I agree, but that wasn't on topic, Mandy. You're telling me that prayers are impactful when I already know that. So you're wasting your breath. You're wasting your breath. Because I know that. Prayer is amazing, obviously, right? Because you're praying for a better situation, right? If you think that was too hard for you, I'm sorry. Then whoever thinks that's too hard, then move along. You know, I'm not here to pamper. It's just not. I don't know who is. If you are, you're wasting your time. I think you should work on yourself, to be honest with you. No, the pain's not bad. I just like to kind of heal it myself just by touching it and stuff. But it's not too bad. Like, it's not something that I need to, like, take things for. The pain's not, like, killing me or anything, you know? Yeah. No. Sorry, Rita, I just said that. No, will not speak. What she's thinking. The sovereignty on the dawn Sunday. No, 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 no. Bum, 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 bum. You and me, we used to be together. Oh, just watch you still. Oh, you got pretend. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't speak. I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna charge this. Yeah, I am a very intelligent man. Are you kidding me? One of the most intelligent men. And people know that. People are fearful of intelligence. And that's not a way to be. You should be absorbing that. You should be loving that. You should be working towards that. I get it's hard, but it's the best way to be. You know? But I also can't be stopping for other people. I can't. Why would I do that? It's mean to me. You know? Well, no, the only reason why I say fearful is because if somebody puts a comment that is, like very, like making a statement when it's not even the topic you're on, or moving forward without giving you a chance to speak, then it just shows that it's like a fearful statement and it's nothing that's helping the conversation in any way. So it's just like kind of pointless. So then that's when you know that like it's for like someone else's own benefit. And it's like, that's not fair to me either, right? Jody, thank you. But people don't care what's fair for you, and that's okay. I care about fairity for the people in my life though. But like, they just care, people just care about themselves, a lot of people. Not all people, but a lot of people, just because of many reasons, like being fearful and being worried and like things like that makes people like that. But I have no time for that. So like, I don't care how long you've been a fan, I don't care how much we've talked. If I feel any vibe from you that I don't like, you're muted, you're blocked, you're gone. Like, you know, so and that's just me, that's just how I work moving forward. Tappers, thank you. And if you're just here for attention and stuff as well, and kind of waving that in people's face, same thing. Yeah, trust your gut, yeah. Yeah, no, I've no problem. I've been explaining for a long time. I always explain. You know, I overly explain if anything, but I'm consistently explaining. Diane, thank you. Great song. Yeah, you believe yourself because at the end of the day, it's all you got, guys. Even though you have people around you and you got people that love you, at the end of the day, for mental clarity, mental sanity, you have to consistently believe in yourself. And if you make a mistake, that's okay. You make a mistake for you. But don't be wondering. The only reason why I didn't believe myself in many ways, though, is because I'm also dealing with the more than the average person. I got tons of followers, tons of, you know what, people get mad for saying it, but I got tons of opportunities, all this stuff, and I just got tons of a lot. So with that said, it makes me obviously want a really good future to work on those things, right? So that's where the doubt comes in, but it was for me is what I'm saying. So like anything that has brought me down has raised me up at the same time, which is a really good learning lesson because I don't believe many people have learned that at the age of 25 especially. So I'm proud, very proud. Tappers, thank you. Sandra, thank you. Right? Yeah, should be proud. Proud takes work though too, right? So there's so many things that even for me, I have to work on because I can sit there and ask, why aren't I feeling so proud? But I know the answers, but I don't want to accept the answers. So there's many reasons I'm not feeling proud. I don't think we have to even like talk about it, but I think just attitudes, like let's say I'm getting drunk, going partying, like things like that don't make me feel proud. So when you do it, there's a balance though too, right? And then you make yourself feel proud because like there are like things that you can do as well as doing the things that you want to do. You can have fun as well. Rain baby, same with you. You got no followers, bud. Peace. Right? Tappers, thank you. Has anything made you smile? Being alive makes me smile. And people roll their eyes at that, but that's just real, if anything. So you can cry me a river. You're young, being 25, it's about having fun. Yeah, it is about having fun, but it's about also being proud like we talked about too. So you do things that make you proud too. Because that's fun for me. Chanel, thank you. So it's whatever balance you want to do to make yourself feel good. And you don't judge other people. You don't try to change other people. We all feel like that happens, but it's your job to get over it at the end of the day, so then you feel better about yourself, right? Tappers, thank you. But people want to see if you can change for them. That's not fair as well. You need to be yourself. You're not changing for other people for their childish actions. I have a toenail collection. That is disgusting. That deserves block. Yeah, you consistently worry about yourself only. And if someone has a problem, they can be a grown-up and say it to your face in a real matter. And then that will help the situation instead of crying about it, right? That doesn't help anything. Right? But what, Joyce? Diane, thank you. He plays hard. He doesn't want to settle. He doesn't want to save money, but he works hard. Yeah, I think it just comes to that balance. I think he needs to realize, like, it goes to, like, when you get so unbalanced, you think that it does something, right? But it doesn't do anything. Like, you'll be like, oh, I don't have a balance. I can't. I'm super fearful, let's say. And he's like, so I want to have more fun because he feels like his life might be ending in a year or whatever. And it's just all these insane fears. But I think that's where the help comes in, of just getting to that right balance of, like, no, like, test those fears. And if the fear is true, push through it too. There's some people that they have a disease and the doctor's saying that they're going to die, but they actually push through that. So you also have to believe what other people don't believe at the same time as well, right? No, that was just a fake account. He just put a little time. He's a girl after the girl. I don't like that. He just parties all the time. Yeah, he's going through a phase. 25 years old though, people are partying. He should be okay, like, he's having fun. But I obviously, yeah, it's a worry of yours, but I would just have a talk with them. I think that's the best thing to do. And if you have a talk out of anger or your own personal problems, you're never going to fix, because you don't care. You care more about yourself than that person. If you really want to change the person, you put yourself away, you show vulnerability, and you have the conversation without any expectations, right? And that's the only thing you can do. Holy, that smells good. Need to see the other person's side. Yeah, and you do the best you can do, right, at the end of the day. We all know that. So sometimes we go across things like hard or whatever, but your intention really comes out at the end of the day, when you're just, and that's you doing the best you can do to help whatever situation, right? I know it sucks, man, because I wish we were like, we can just fix everything right away and, like, just, my hands feel like it, but that's another sad reality, I guess. But then you could think, would you really want to fix everything all the time and be God? I don't think we would. I think it's nice to actually go through things and be humble, and it sucks when we're going through it, but it's humbling once we go through it. What's PJ eating? It smells like chicken noodle soup. I could be wrong, but
It is chicken.
there you go. So it is chicken. Kids are gonna make mistakes. Yeah, we all make mistakes, even adults, bro. We're making mistakes every day. Like, we're not immortal, Like, we're learning, because life's changing every day. So what someone would say is a mistake might not even be a mistake. Albert Einstein's biggest mistake was they found out years later that it was actually not a mistake. So the biggest mistake he made was thinking that he had the biggest mistake. How crazy is that? So, like, it's all, which makes it so much more unknown, because everyone's here to feel the known, right? But it's not written as much as it is felt. So go off of feelings and keep doing action through your feelings. So if you feel good after this live, go watch a podcast, listen to the podcast, keep going off of those good feelings, right? And yeah, like, stress is good. If you were stressing out, it's good. It's digging us to the goal, digging us to the better side. When your dad talks to you, do you take it in or do you let it go over your head? Just ask him. Sometimes, like, I'll let it go over my head just because, like, I'm very, like, smart and I realize things, and he might not believe that. I don't care. But, like, I'll see things and I'll be like, okay, like, I understand where you're going with this, but that's not the course of action or how quick I want to take it. But it never goes over my head. Like, anything, every action my dad makes, my family, my people around me, I'm always thinking about it. I'm always taking it into consideration. because they, at the end of the day, care and they're trying to help. So it's coming out of a good intention, you know? But sometimes, yeah, no, it's all good. And I think the best thing I can do though is you work with it. Like you're allowed to take time, and then you're allowed to come back and have a conversation how you feel. And people that love you appreciate that too. It's like, okay, I understand how you feel. And then say, you know, I need a whatever. Sometimes people get sick of it though, because they're like, oh, I just want it fixed tomorrow, right? But again, you can't control other people as much as you want to. I wish I could control my brother, control my sister. I wish everything was perfect. But at the end of the day, you can't. You're hurting yourself, and then you're wasting your time. But you can do your best though too, because you can push, like, you know, I really believe like we got to get this done. And most of the time it's true, you know? It's better to get things done. So there's just, but at the end of the day, if it's really gonna work, it has to be through you. It's like nobody can change you except you. Everyone sees things differently, yes. And that's why people fight and they move out and they say, I'm doing my own thing. Because at the end of the day, we all have different opinions. I would like to get to a point where people can work together and understand each other, but that point to get to takes work. Like you have to consistently work on that stuff, because you can't just say I want to be understood and be understood. And I'm learning that, you know, because sometimes I'm like, how? But you actually have to you have to work on having conversations and telling your side of the thing and all of that stuff, you know. Your siblings come to you for advice, not as much as I want them to, but I think, I think they learn through me in different ways, and that, like, you know, that's what they do, right? Any good relationships take work and time. Yeah, exactly. It's like a good life takes work and time, you know? So the pressure that you feel is good pressure. As much as you think like, oh, I don't want to feel this pressure, that's good. That's building you to the next step. Personally, it was hard to be raised by my older sister and my parents. Nice. Not nice, but it built you to who you are today. Hardness, I don't look as a bad thing, you know? But I understand it sucks. Julia just texted me, it was good, and that's good that you had good dreams. I hate having bad dreams, but I love the good ones. So, like, obvious, but, like, so cute. Because it's just, you know, she wants to have a conversation, and it's just super cute. My G test is Saturday for the people that were asking. So there you go with that. Mothers, no, I'm kidding.
Hey, I'm gonna ask Bill if he can just leave the keys.
Alex Johnson can drive me.
Oh, cause now I gotta go that way here.
No way. So how do we do that? Should I
No,
come?
I'm going.
Okay.
I'll drive you.
Yeah.
Bill can just leave the keys and then I'll go from there.
Okay.
It's like literally on the way.
But you drive me,
Yeah, to get.
and then we drive back.
Well, you'll come back.
So you
with your
take the
car.
Camaro?
Huh?
You take the Camaro.
Yeah.